think how ironic that Whoopi Goldberg and Behar and the rest of the ladies on The View spend their time calling Republicans the conspiracy theorists, but they have been wrong about everything they have said over the last couple of years.
I respect everything everyone is saying to me, and I don't want to fake apologize. I was very upset about that people are misunderstood what I was saying. And it's not good for anyone. And it's not good for poor folks. It is not good for y'all because you become slave fodder. It's not a good thing. It's not good for women because you are now being told and dictated to, and you can't say anything because they, throw you in a jail or whatever.
Picture this, the bold, brash voice of daytime television, Whoopi Goldberg sitting in a courtroom, not as a celebrity guest, not as a cultural commentator, but as a defendant. The cameras aren't rolling, the applause signs are off, and this time there are no commercial breaks to save her. Her hands twitch, her face is tight, her lips tremble. Because Karoline Leavitt isn't playing games. No glitz, no glamour, just cold, hard evidence and a legal storm so fierce it's got ABC executives breaking into sweats behind closed doors. Karoline Leavitt, the fiery conservative rising star who once sat across from Whoopi on The View, has taken things way beyond the set. She's dragged the queen of daytime TV into court with an $800 million lawsuit that isn't just headline material, it's a reckoning. And the drama, it's just getting started. So smash that like button and subscribe, because the secrets, shade, and receipts coming out of this trial might just blow the lid off the cozy world of daytime media. Now hold on to your seat, because what started as just another taping of The View, a show known for sharp tongues and louder opinions, is now unraveling like a political thriller. It all began on a typical weekday morning. Bright studio lights, a buzzing crowd, and the usual dramatic theme music kicking in. The hosts were grinning, mics clipped, cameras rolling, but there was tension in the air, thick and electric, and walking into that tension was Karoline Leavitt. Poised, polished, completely unfazed. Karoline knew what this was. She wasn't there for a warm welcome. She wasn't expecting kindness. She had reviewed episodes. She had studied patterns. She knew the game, and she was ready to play it better than anyone who had come before her.
Think how ironic that Whoopi Goldberg and Behar and the rest of the ladies on The View spend their time calling Republicans the conspiracy theorists, but they have been wrong about everything they have said over the last couple of years.
But what she didn't expect was just how quickly the gloves would come off. Behar was the first to pounce. She leaned back in her chair with a smug smile, chuckled under her breath, and dropped the line that set the tone. She's probably here because she's blonde, let's be honest. The audience laughed. The panel smirked. Joy sipped her coffee like it was just another Tuesday. But it wasn't. Next up, Whoopi, and she didn't waste any time. With her signature eye roll and that tone that always sounds like she's half laughing, she waved off Karoline's accomplishments with a snide remark. Without wokeness, you wouldn't even have this job. The audience exploded. Applause. Whoops. You'd think someone just made a viral joke, not insulted a guest's entire career on live TV. And just when it seemed like it couldn't get more brutal, Sunny Hostin leaned forward, looked Karoline dead in the eyes, and dropped her strike. You're just the face of white privilege wrapped in a press release. Oof. It wasn't a debate. It wasn't an interview. It was a tag team ambush, a roast disguised as journalism. And Karoline? She didn't blink. She didn't defend herself. She didn't clap back. She didn't break a sweat. She sat there, calm, still, sharp as a blade. Because behind that composed stare, a legal plan was already forming. Clear.
Bang, Rowan, I couldn't do that at 27. No nonsense, straight to the point, courage, detail.
She didn't wait for the commercial break. She didn't call out the audience. She didn't tweet some clapback or record an Instagram rant. Instead, she made one phone call, just one, to her lawyers. And that's when everything changed. What came next wasn't a post. It wasn't a press conference. It wasn't even a cryptic quote. It was a stack of legal documents. Karoline and her team compiled every second of that show, every smirk, every dismissive remark, every crowd clap after an insult. They collected raw footage, archived episodes, pre-show notes, even behind-the-scenes staff comments from past appearances. And then they dropped the lawsuit. $800 million? That's not a typo. The suit named Whoopi Goldberg, Behar, Sunny Hostin, and the entire ABC network. The charges? Public defamation, character assassination, intentional emotional distress, coordinated on-air bullying, and it came wrapped in one powerful quote from Karolina's legal team. This is about accountability, not politics. No woman, regardless of party, should be humiliated on national television for sport.
I am stating facts that your colleagues have stated in the past.
Okay,
now,
I'm sorry, guys. We're going to come back out to the panel. Caroline, thank you very much for your time.
These women are completely out of touch with reality. And you're right, ABC should wake up.
That hit the media like a thunderclap. ABC was stunned. The View's PR team, silent. But the courtroom, very loud. Because when court proceedings started, something happened that no one expected. Whoopi cracked. She arrived in all black, oversized sunglasses hiding her face, lips tight, chin up. But the moment Karoline's lawyers pressed play on that courtroom monitor, the performance dropped. The first clips? The on-air insults. Whoopi rolling her eyes. Joy calling Karoline a face, not a voice. Sunny accusing her of being a prop. The next slide? Internal producer emails, and they were ugly. One read, let Joy jab her on the looks early, disrupt her rhythm. Another, get Whoopi to drop the wokeness comment, it'll trend. Then came the producer's handwritten note. Frame her as naive, push her buttons, let her dig her own grave. And the one that sent a chill down everyone's spine. Keep the cameras rolling, capture the moment she cracks. This wasn't an accident, this wasn't a one-off. This was a setup. A media hit job disguised as daytime conversation. When the video ended, Whoopi didn't say a word. She leaned toward her lawyer and whispered something. Then she lowered her head. Some say she cried. Others say she just shut down. But every reporter in that room agreed on one thing. She looked done. And Karoline? She sat in silence, calm, cold, collected. Because while Whoopi unraveled in front of the cameras, Karoline's team wasn't finished. They brought internal memos, producer meeting outlines, even mic'd up pre-show conversations that hinted at a coordinated ambush. The courtroom gasped when one staffer, off camera, could be heard laughing and saying, "Oh, she's walking into a trap." That slide showed a document with bullet points titled, "The Karoline Strategy, a lead with looks, undermine credentials, trigger with Trump."
They likened President Trump to Hitler. They have mocked him, they have shamed him, they have lied about him consistently on their show. And it was a joy to watch them on November the 6th when they realized that tens of millions of Americans do not listen to the lies that they have spewed. These women are completely out of touch with reality. And you're right, ABC should wake up. They just paid $15 million to President Trump's future library. That's a great thing for the American people.
Roll footage if she reacts. This wasn't debate. This was sabotage, and Karoline was no longer the victim. She was the one holding the receipts. Whoopi's defense? She claimed she wasn't involved in the planning, that she just said what she felt in the moment. But Karolina's lawyer shut that down with a single sentence. Ignorance isn't a defense when you're speaking to millions. And that was the moment it all changed. You could feel the courtroom turn. Even Whoopi's own supporters started shifting in their seats. This wasn't a clash of opinions anymore. This was a reckoning. A media takedown gone wrong. A daytime empire finally facing the one thing it never expected. Accountability. And Karoline? She's just getting started. Smash that like button if you're here for truth and transparency. Hit subscribe if you're ready to hold the powerful accountable. Let's get into it. Behind the scenes at ABC, it's pure chaos. According to multiple insiders, the network is no longer just concerned. They're in a full-blown state of panic. Top executives are holding emergency meetings twice a day. Legal teams are combing through every past episode, every internal document, and every off-camera comment. The goal? Damage control. But it might be too late. Sources reveal that ABC's advertising department has been hit hard. Several longtime sponsors have quietly paused their campaigns, waiting to see how deep this goes. One exec reportedly said, "This isn't just a scandal, this is a collapse in trust." And it's not just about trust, it's about viewership. Ratings have taken a sharp dip. Social media backlash has exploded. ABC's PR team, usually quick to respond, has gone completely silent. Not a single press release, not a single comment, nothing. Meanwhile, internal discussions are getting ugly. Some board members are pushing to suspend Whoopi Goldberg immediately just to stop the bleeding. Others are proposing a full cast shakeup, or even the cancellation of The View entirely.
Raised a few eyebrows using the Bible to support the idea of kids getting gender change surgeries. Take a look.
This is a party that says we believe in parents' rights. You're telling me that as a parent, I'm not smart enough to decide if my child and I need to have gender affirming. Our doctors are not involved. What is going? So I can't decide what my kid reads. I can't decide for my child what my child says is going on. You're telling me your beliefs, and they keep saying it, and I keep saying, what Bible are you reading? Because God was really clear.
Very clear.
I would say this is a new low for The View, but it isn't. They've gone way lower before. It's certainly on brand for The View.
One leaked memo reportedly said, "The longer this stays in the news cycle, the more credibility we lose. If we don't act soon, we may not be able to recover." Whoopi, once viewed as bulletproof, is now seen as a liability. Her name, her brand, is turning toxic, and the whispers are growing louder. Could this be the end of The View? Because if Karoline wins this lawsuit, the precedent it sets could open the floodgates for more lawsuits, more accountability, and a total shakeup of what it means to speak freely on TV. While ABC spirals, Karoline Leavitt is doing the opposite. She's rising. Her demeanor in court has been described as unshakable. No drama, no outbursts, just composure, and the public is taking notice. On social media, she's being hailed as a symbol of strength. Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram are flooded with praise. Justice for Karoline has become a rallying cry for those fed up with media bullying. Influencers, commentators, even former critics are jumping in to support her. She didn't just clap back, she clapped with class. That's how one tweet with over 250,000 likes put it. And it's not just talk. Karoline's stance is already reshaping the media landscape. Other public figures, especially conservative voices, are speaking out about similar experiences. Quiet phone calls are being made. Legal consultations are happening. Karoline has started a movement. She's not playing the victim. She's not chasing fame. She's setting a new standard for how guests should be treated by powerful platforms. And her message is loud and clear. Being different doesn't make you a target, and speaking your truth shouldn't come with punishment. So where does it all go from here? If the court rules in Karoline's favor, it could be a landmark decision, one that forces networks to take responsibility for what happens on air and off. Whoopi Goldberg could be ordered to issue a public apology. ABC could be forced to pay millions in damages. The View could face a total reboot or total cancellation. But the consequences go deeper than that. This case is shining a harsh spotlight on how media handles dissent, how easily opposing voices are mocked, silenced, and smeared, and how rare it is for someone to stand up and say, enough. Karoline Leavitt did something bold. She demanded accountability, and now the entire industry is watching, because what started as a single interview on daytime television might just change the rules for everyone. So now it's your turn. Do you think Whoopi Goldberg crossed the line? Was Karoline Leavitt right to hold her accountable? Should The View face consequences for its host's comments? Let me know in the comments below. Like this video to support bold reporting. Subscribe for more exclusive breakdowns. Because if Whoopi is already breaking down in court, you better believe it's just getting started.